I haven't told about my and Jen relationship because she will not understand because there is a cultural difference, language barrier, and the age difference.
Boom, bam. What is going on, people? We are back again with another video, and this one right here is all about Rishi and Jenny in the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 4, Episode 4. Now, as you saw from that beginning clip right there, it's the first time we're actually meeting Rishi in his country, you know? And right now, Jen is on her way. She's about to land and to be able, and obviously to meet up with the man of her dreams and the man that she's currently engaged to and the man that she plans to marry within the 4 months that she has there based on the visa. But of course, as you saw, Rishi is legit a copy and paste of Summit. A man that is fell in love with an American woman but has not told his family that she's actually his woman. In fact, not only has he not told her that, but here's the thing. They are engaged. And she's flying to get married to him, and they have 4 months to get married before her visa runs out and she has to go back to the States. But right now, Rishi's in a little bit of a predicament because, well, his mum is still expecting to at least try and hook him up with an arranged marriage. Meanwhile, he's already got plans to get married. Well, before we continue with the rest of the episode itself in particular, don't forget that I do react to the full episode of 90 Day Fiancé on my Patreon account. The link is down below in the description. But with that being said, let's continue to see exactly what else went down on this week's episode.
Are you okay with waiting until we're married to have sex?
It's a very good question. And you know what? At first I was like, You've already had sex though, because obviously you've been into before. But you see, this is Jen's thinking. She's like, listen, I'm not going to go there and I'm not going to sleep with him until we are actually married because I do not want to sleep with this man and then it happens that I can't even marry him. She wants to make sure that, of course, that their relationship is going to be secured for the future. She's taking no prisoners and she's actually doing what most people don't do on this show, and she's actually now starting to process everything that her family and friends have told her about the possibility of how this marriage just may not go through. So of course, is she right to be like, listen, we are not having any intercourse, okay, until I know, or until we are married 100%, because who knows what could stop us. And the funny thing is that she doesn't even know right now that his family is on. Here's the thing. Rishi told Jen that he has told his family that he does not want to have an arranged marriage, but his parents still looking for that arranged marriage. Right now, Jen doesn't actually know that his parents are still looking, but that is something that he then soon finds out. And this is why this is a good part of her to be like, hold on a minute, we're not going to be having sex, because at the end of the day, I don't want to have that knowing that there's a possibility that our marriage may not happen, because she knows that right now, when it comes to his family, they only know Jen has his friend. They do not know Jen has his partner, has anything that is romantic. They only know her as his friend. Of course, she wants that security to make sure that he's going to be man enough to actually tell the family that, hey, she's not my friend, she's actually my future. And you know what? I respect the move, but we continue.
Over the last couple of years when we've been apart, have you hooked up with somebody? Like, just tell me, like, you're a good looking dude. You're like a personal trainer. Like, it's such a cliche. Like,
you know what? The first I was like, okay, we know that she's a bit of a paranoid one, because in the very first episode we saw her, she was already crying her eyes out in the potential that this guy might be doing a little bit of madness. So to be fair, she does bring up the question because I believe it's been 2 years since they've seen each other, and of course she sees him as a very handsome man, and also because he's a personal trainer, there is also that possibility where he could have easily hooked up with any one of his clients. And to be fair with you, it's his answer that was quite interesting.
No, I got a lot of compliment from my online client as well, but not trying to like come in a relationship or something. Like they just, it was a healthy conversation between two people.
You know, some people are very good at answering the question without actually answering the question. He goes, no, but I got a lot of compliments from people, and it's not like he got into a relationship type thing. It was just compliments. So it's crazy because as he's saying it, I'm thinking, so is he saying that he has hooked up with someone, but because he never got into anything serious, he's now claiming that he hasn't? But here's the thing though, for me personally, I just think that this little segment here has been obviously put into their storyline, because probably at some point throughout the season, it's probably going to come out that maybe he did actually get close to another female. Because to be fair with you, most of the time on 90 Day Fiancé, when there's always claims and accusations around cheating and infidelity, all that kind of mumbo jumbo, what happens is some point either in that season itself alone, we then get, boom, a random text. this person says this person, and we can even get it at the tail, or we can have it near the end of the season, or sometimes it doesn't even happen until maybe 2 or 3 seasons after, depending on the fact that they want to keep bringing back that couple. But I'm definitely going to be holding on to this little bit of infidelity here, because if it comes back out again, I'll be ready to be like, boom, I know you did, bro, because the way you answer that question tells me that you did, but you're just trying to be smart with your words. But anyway, but the only reason why Jenny's actually asking this is because all of her friends said, listen, it's been a while since you've seen him, okay? The PT, you know, he's got plenty of female clients, you know, obviously he's a handsome guy, so just be careful of what you're getting yourself into. And to be fair, I actually like the fact that Jenny's actually acting on what her friends have told her, because that is something that's fresh. That's not something that we always see on 90 Day Fiancé. Well, at least I don't always see it on 90 Day Fiancé. But anyway, we continue.
How bad could it be if you introduced me as your fiance? I mean, we've been engaged for like 2 years.
That is a very, very good question. And to be fair, I'm only pausing it because of the stretch until it comes to the answer. Otherwise, I get a copyright thing, you know what I'm saying? These problems I don't have on Patreon. But anyway, let's get into exactly what he said. What was his answer? How bad would it be if you introduced me as your fiance straight off the bat? Because right now they're out clothes shopping. He wants her to dress traditional, so when he introduces her to the family, but this is the thing, he wants to introduce her to the family as a friend still. He wants her to go there dressed all traditionally, introduce her as a friend, in hoping that the mum will look and be like, oh, I see that she's already cultured. Oh, I see that she's already transitioned and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's the right word, but either way though, he's thinking that if she goes in looking the part, then maybe later on he can then plant another seed to then say, hey, guess what? This is actually the woman that I want because you told me you like her, blah, 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 blah. So that is his plan. It's a plan that could work, but it just feels very exhausting, to be honest with you. Anyway, that is then, yes. Anyway, so let's just see, obviously, what his answer was. What would happen if you introduced me as, you know, your fiance, considering you got me out here dressed in X, Y, Z?
Maybe they can don't let me out from the house. They can push me like.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Did you just say they're not going to let you out of the house?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to hold you down?
I mean, to be honest with you, when he said that, I was sitting thinking, hold on a minute. They're telling me that a grown man, if he tells his parents the truth or his mother the truth, he's going to lock him in the house. Like, bro, are you in prison or something? But this is the thing, though. When it comes to certain cultures, certain religions, however you want to look at it, there's so many rules and stipulations that are just so tiring, you know, so... I'm not going to say too much. I don't really want to offend anyone's culture per se, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all I know is this is that because Jen has decided to... Actually, no, forget Jen for a second. Because he has decided to bring in someone outside of his culture, really and truly, he should be... I'm finding it very hard to articulate my words. Articulate words, right? I know what I want to say now. Boom, bam. So, listen. The matter of fact is that we're in a situation here where this guy wants to marry someone who's out of his culture. Now, of course, Jen can easily convert to his culture, you know, and obviously do what she can to, you know, to represent and show mad respect. But he knows flat out that his mum isn't going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3. And in these situations here, the question is, though, should you bring someone into your family knowing that your family is going to say no? And if they do say no, you're going to keep trying. Because for me personally, if I was to bring someone into my own culture, if I had a culture, right? And I knew I was madly in love with that person, I wanted that person. To be honest with you, I couldn't give a damn about what my family's going to say. I would happily ditch the culture to be with the person that I want to be with. Why? Well, because at the end of the day, in this world, we have one life, you know what I mean? And it's important that we do what we can with our one life. And at the end of the day, if you ask me personally, if I feel like the love of my life is someone from a different culture, you know what I mean? And my family doesn't want to accept it, I'll happily allow them to abandon me. But then again, though, that's just me. I mean, but really and truly, I just find all this stuff really exhausting because he's trying to do all these things for appreciation, for acceptance, so he doesn't lose his family, but also doesn't lose Jen. But why go for all of that stress? Why? I don't understand. Like, if you know you're going to be true to your culture, when they find someone from your culture, you know that you want someone outside your culture, then be ready to walk away from your culture. Whatever. And most importantly, like, who the hell wants to feel like they're in prison? Like, bro, like, ladies, like, what?
Honestly, at this point, I have a visa until X date. I'll be here until then. You let me know when you want to be honest with your family about us.
To be honest with you, I never thought I would actually end up liking this character of Jen, but I actually do. She's very very direct, very to the point, you know, and she does it in the rightful manner. She's like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm here. I want to marry you, but I'm not here to play games. I don't want to play your games of trying to get your family to appreciate me. At the end of the day, you need to go tell your family that you are engaged to me, and we can go from there. But if you want to play little games of this, and that, well, I'm not about that life. And I love that, because if you're looking at other people like Kimberly, for example, she was the kind of person that would happily go out there and buy a goat or a cow or whatever it was that she bought. You know, to do all these little things to try and please the family, to try and get their attention. And for the most part, it never worked. Never worked. So I like the fact and respect for the fact that, you know, she's just like, listen, I'm too old for this. Just go tell your family. And in fact, she's even going to say that at the end of the day, at this moment in time, I don't want to get married to you. Like I said, I don't want it. I don't want the marriage until you can be 100% honest with your family. I love that energy, man. Some people may not like it, but that energy for me personally is correct, because why continue wasting your time with someone that you want to be with, but yet they haven't got the balls to be honest with their parents? And really and truly, who should have been honest with their parents before she even flew over to India in the first place.
Like, one minute you're like, oh, I control what happens, and then the next you're like, oh, but they have to like you. And I'm at the point where, like, I don't really care if they like me.
Case closed. Case closed. Well, you guys let me know exactly what your thoughts anyway, and we can most certainly talk about it in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, remember the full reaction is on my Patreon account. Link is down below in the description. Peace.